In celebration of Teacher Appreciation Week, I want to give a special shout out to all of the Project Lead the Way master teachers and teachers working in elementary, middle, and high school classrooms all across the country. The work you're doing is wonderful, it's powerful, it's amazing, and thank you so much. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week.
Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. Thank you for all you do to support the learning and growth of your students. As a father of 3, I get to see the power of great teachers every day. Teachers like you that are invested in the success of each student. Thank you. Thank you for all you do for all of your students, and have a great end of your school year. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week.
In celebration of Teacher Appreciation Week, I want to give a shout out to Josh Jarowski and Jim Kramer, who were my 2 master teachers for Introduction to Engineering Design. I still remember the first day of training when we were going around the room introducing ourselves and kind of sharing where we're from and a little bit about our background. And they were floored that an English teacher, me, had been sent to IED training. Their ability, though, over those next 2 weeks to make it make sense and the thoughtfulness behind how they delivered the content was powerful, and they helped me turn this English teacher into a Project Lead the Way engineering teacher who would later get trained in 3 more courses and become a master teacher myself. So thank you, Josh and Jim, for helping me establish a strong foundation. My IED training is still one of my most favorite classroom experiences. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week.
In celebration of Teacher Appreciation Week, I wanted to share a memory from my 8th grade algebra teacher, Mr. Fulmer. He proves that dad jokes are timeless. Even then, he was cracking dad jokes, and I didn't get the humor until now. He would say to us, "Oh yes, the Pythagorean theorem, invented by Joe Pythagoras." And it would fall on deaf ears, and none of us thought it was funny. Now I think it's hilarious. He would say things like, yes, you know what Joe Pythagoras would do here. He would use the Pythagorean theorem." He was a man ahead of his time. Dad jokes forever.
In honor of Teacher Appreciation Week, I want to recognize and highlight one of my middle school teachers. He is the reason why I became a teacher. My middle school physical education teacher made coming to school so much fun. He was the biggest kid out of all of us. He played every class, every activity, every game with us. His energy and competitiveness made me fall in love with sports. He taught me the importance of a healthy body and a healthy mind. But more importantly, he made every effort to connect to his students. He came to our sporting events. He popped in our after-school clubs. He asked us daily, how were we doing? How was our family doing? He made that extra effort, and it went such a long way. I knew at that moment that I wanted to be him when I grew up, and I did. I went to school to become a physical education teacher, and I went back to my hometown and I taught physical education in the elementary school that I went to. I wanted to be that teacher for my students. So I want to just thank all the teachers out there for being that person for their students and for making such an impact in their lives. Thank you for everything you do.
Happy Teacher Appreciation Week, and a huge shout out to all the teachers out there who are working to influence lives. My parents were both teachers, and I knew I wanted to be a teacher from the time I was practicing at the chalkboard as a little girl. So I want to say thank you, first of all, and then tell you that some of the best advice I ever received was from my mentor teacher one day when I was complaining about my first year of 6th grade students and how my 6th-hour class wouldn't behave. And I had made the mistake, a very rookie mistake, of telling them I dreaded them coming to class. And every day they were living up to the standard that I had set for them. And she said, if you can convince every class they're your favorite class, they will be. And through the years, I applied that to classes, to hours, to students, and even eventually to teachers. And it is so true, the power that you have as a teacher, your words mean something. And if you can set a standard of great things, your kids will live up to it.
An educator that had a big impact on me was actually my kindergarten teacher, Miss Kim, because it was in her class that I first used a microscope and knew I wanted to study science.
You're somebody. When I was in high school, Ron Shepard would reply to us with that phrase, every single time one of us said, somebody should do something about that. Whenever we were outraged about something happening in our high school, in the world, or in our community. I've never forgotten it. You are somebody. You can do something.
I would like to give a special shout out to Dr. Maureen Jonason. Dr. Jonason is why I was able to go to college. She helped me through my high school math. And while I was in college, she was someone I could always call and receive support from and guidance in any of my challenges. But I think the most important thing, Dr. Jonason, you did for me was instill confidence that I can accomplish anything I set my mind to. I can't thank you enough because that has overflown into so many areas of my life, and I have a lot I owe to you, and I just thank you so much for going above and beyond and being that teacher that just really stands out to me in my life. And thank you to you, Dr. Jonason, and all the wonderful teachers out there doing one of the hardest jobs in our society. Thank you. Keep going above and beyond because it makes a difference.
Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. I've had the opportunity to visit hundreds of Project Lead the Way classrooms across the country. And each time I visit, I leave in awe of all that PLTW teachers do for their students. PLTW teachers invest their time and their energy and their own professional development to provide the best experience for their students. The work you do matters, and the work you do is impacting an entire generation. Thank you for all you do to inspire, empower, and engage your students to thrive in our evolving world.